And speaking of the future of Marvel, this is very appropriate because we're going to go to the MCU X-Men here, right? I put out different reports about this, various platforms, especially in my Patreon. Join the Patreon. Links is on my profile page over here on X Twitter. If you're watching this on another platform, it'll probably be in the description. Come with Patreon. That's how you support this platform, or tip the channel by appropriate links. MCU X-Men. What this MCU is going to do is not going to be some kind of all new, all different Marvel. No. It's going to take everything that happened and continue it after Secret Wars and add mutants and Fantastic Four. That's what we're doing. They're not doing a mass recast of everyone, which we originally thought, right? So people are okay. In the after Secret Wars, you need a Captain America, right? You got Sam Wilson. Yeah. That's gonna be your cap for all foreseeable future. Well, dang. What about Thor? You gonna do a new Thor? No, Chris Hemsworth's gonna do Thor? 5? How many films he got? That's gonna be after Secret Wars. What about Iron Man? Right? Oh, RDJ is gone, right? Yeah. No, RDJ. He's gonna do this Doom thing, and then RDJ is gonna be done because they don't want to keep paying him $20 million per film, right? So he's not gonna keep doing Marvel films after Secret Wars. He's going to do this new role of Victor Von Doom, a version of it, multiverse, right? And then he's going to be done after Secret Wars, and then you're going to get Iron Lad. Now, will they call it Iron Lad after Secret Wars? No confirmation on that, but this is early stuff that I'm hearing. You're going to get a new Iron Man or Iron Lad because it's popular in the comics. The Ultimate Universe, you comic readers out there, you know Iron Lad. That's a younger version of Tony Stark. And they may do that in live action, give you a younger version, but it won't be obviously leading up to RDJ. It's going to be someone new. So yeah, they're going to have a new Iron Man or Iron Lad in post Secret Wars. Black Panther, the same thing. They're going to recast what they need to. But this is not a mass overhaul. So the Marvel you got right now is, Hugh Jackman's. We're going to talk about. Yeah, we're on X-Men right now. Hugh Jackman's going to do more after Secret Wars. I thought they was getting rid of all these motherfuckers, but no, everyone's coming back. everyone. That's part. No one's being replaced after Secret Wars. Everyone's coming back, and they're just going to add. That's what we're doing. So with MCU X-Men, this is the early word. This film, first off, people know me. I get a lot of production information. That's what really broke my YouTube channel with production information. And so with X-Men, production of this, new X-Men MCU film, they're supposed to make some headways by the end of this year. You're going to start hearing more movement of the production of this new X-Men film, which is supposed to come out right after Secret Wars in 2027. They want to get into production by the end of this year, right? MCU X-Men. They're just adding this to the Marvel that you know. This ain't, like I said, this ain't a reboot. Just like DC, just like James Gunn and Feige, they're pretty lockstepped. And you know what that means. If his Superman film does about $700 million, which I think they're going to make sure it does. We'll talk about Superman in a moment. And this first wave of DC goes decent. You already know Marvel's going to crush it with Avengers, Doomsday, Secret Wars. Marvel's going to be fine, even if Brave New World flops or Thunderbolts flops, right? Then you got your Marvel versus DC. That's what you already know that's what they're setting up. This is no secret anymore. This is what they're setting up in the foreseeable future. It's just Superman has to do the numbers it needs to do, which they're going to make sure it does. I mean, I'm just letting y'all know. I just tell y'all the information, y'all. It ain't. And they're going to start developing some kind of crossover between these universes. But Marvel, no, it's not a reboot. I just want to get ahead of this. It's not a reboot, y'all. There's Add Mutants and Fantastic Four. So what this means with this X-Men film coming out after Secret Wars, there's been some early chatter. We got X-Men here. Let's throw this up here for a new X-Men roster. Now they're going to take liberties from different comic runs and things like that, but we'll talk about Wolverine. Actually, let's start with Wolverine. We got Deadpool Wolverine. Came out last year. People thought that was, that was what it was. Did the numbers. More Hugh Jackman to come. For sure. Beyond Secret Wars. I guess I should throw his picture up there. Beyond Secret Wars. Hugh Jackman, Deadpool Wolverine wouldn't have happened if Hugh Jackman didn't push for it. Ryan Reynolds didn't even think Hugh Jackman would want to do it. He didn't want to bother him. And Hugh Jackman was the one that said, I'm going to call everyone and do it. And so that's how we got it. And so they want to do more of that interaction and more of this version of Wolverine. He's the new redeemed version of Wolverine. The Logan version, that story's done. They're not touching that. They're not touching that X-Men, those Fox X-Men characters. All of them, they're not coming back. There was a lot of early reports that they wanted to use the Fox X-Men from the past. And sometimes Marvel, they throw those smoke screen stuff, right? Sometimes you get those erroneous reports. I've learned that with Marvel. But no, they're moving on with a new roster. But Hugh Jackman is going to be Old Man Wolverine with the new X-Men cast, right? So he's going to get his new team. If you watched in Deadpool Wolverine, he was talking about his old team. He's going to get a new team. Bills got to be paid. Exactly. Hey, it is what it is. I think as soon as that divorce started happening, I think that's when Hugh hit up Ryan Reynolds. He's like, yo, let's go and get this billion, right? Let's go ahead. You know what I'm saying? I ain't mad at that. You know what I'm saying? But what about this new X-Men team? So there's been reports about this new cast, right? Are they going to introduce them in Secret Wars? That's what I'm expecting with that. One name that's floated around a couple weeks ago, again, I put on my hat as confirmation specialist. This name is heating up. This is heating up for you X-Men people, X-Men fans that's looking forward to what may happen in the future. Sadie Sink, who was part of was a Stranger Things, right? She had the most popular scene in Stranger Things history. Possibly, and we'll keep this on pause because nothing's confirmed yet. This may be your new Jean Grey of the MCU X-Men. This story's been out there. Again, when I put information out there, most of the time I put information out there, but you can't Google, right, where we're coming from. Like when I said Ben Affleck and Aquaman, no, you couldn't Google an article that was saying that, right? That shook up the whole scoop world. They're like, what the fuck? Like, who is this motherfucker? Where he come from? But also, too, I start off as confirmation specialist. And so when someone puts a story out there, I can check with people and see, is this tracking? Is it tracking? This story's been out there about Sadie Sink as Jean Grey in MCU X-Men. Jean Grey. I'm saying there's some legs. There's smoke. There's fire with this. I think she will be great. Now we're going to keep a measure of speculation with this because I didn't get no confirmation, but I did hear that they didn't pull out of their ass that she will be Jean Grey, right? We got Speedy. Speedy will be here for the Wednesday crew, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're going to get their thoughts. We may get his thoughts later on this X-Men stuff and other stuff in the CBM Geek News realm. This is Coffee Talk. It's not about Speedy. No, I'm just playing. I'm just playing with you, Speedy. I'm just playing with you when I said that. But we're going to definitely get his thoughts and the rest of the panel on the stream later today. But I'm fine with this. As Jean, I do like the natural, red hair type thing. And you're starting young. So what this is telling me, you're starting with a young teen, and she could potentially be Jean Grey for 10 years, right? I'm fine with that, right? We'll see. We'll see what materializes with this this X-Men flavor that they're doing, right? So interesting stuff with that. But MCU X-Men, expect some production movement by the end of this year. They want this film out 2027 after Secret Wars, meaning they probably will set this up in Secret Wars, right? So